I ain't doing nothing tonight, so figure why not get on the game and talk to the folks, even though I know it's late. It's late out there. We're gonna do something different, man. We're gonna put FSU in it. We're gonna change the conferences around, man. I'll put FSU in the SEC. So we're gonna put FSU, Clemson, Miami, and Georgia Tech in the SEC. But how y'all doing tonight? I know it's if you're on the East Coast, I know it's late. If you tuned in, or when you tune in. Alright, so let's do this. Nobody's in here yet, so we're going to move Florida State to the SEC East. We're going to move Clemson to the SEC. I can't move. So here, we're going to mix this thing up here. Missouri. Missouri's going back to the Big 12. Kentucky is going to the ACC. Texas A&M, you're going back to the Big 12. And Arkansas is going to the Big 12. Clemson, SEC, Miami, SEC, Georgia Tech, SEC. Alright, not done. Big 12, West Virginia is going to the ACC. You cannot move school division to a school's added to. What? Okay, whatever. Nebraska's coming home. Nebraska going back to the Big 12. Yeah, Big 12. And then West Virginia. West Virginia's going to the ACC. So I think the Big 12. Who am I missing? Well, I added Arkansas. We're going to mix everything up here, man. We're going to mix it all up. Hold on a second. Hot one. Alright, let's do the damn thing. Rutgers Looks like an ACC school to me. We'll worry about the alignment of the conference later. I'm just going to try to get everybody in their conference. I am going to play with Florida State, but we are moving Florida State to the SEC, and I'm shaking everything up. Louisville's ACC. Maryland, I think, should stay. Hey, boy, what's up? What are we gonna do? What? Yeah, get it now. You gotta fill the Big Ten out. So you already know off the bat.
Daddy,
Yes.
Daddy,
Yes.
Daddy.
Yes. Jesus. Put Notre Dame in the big. What's up, man? Here. Okay, whatever. Throw it then. I don't give a hoot. I'm chilling, homie. You're not finna come over here. Okay, we're going to throw Colorado back in the Big 12. As we try to fix, we'll worry about this later. But I like that SEC right there. Oh, should I move Vanderbilt? No, because Tennessee's there. I'm liking it. I need to figure out the ACC though. For sure, I need to figure out. Should I throw Pitt? Should I throw Pitt? Hold on. What's up, man? Why'd you come in here? Alright, let's figure this out now. Badass kids want to bother me. That makes the Big 12 all but complete. That is the classic Big 12. I mean, with the exception of Arkansas, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's a 14. That's 14 teams. I want to make a change, man. We're going to put Iowa State in the Big. Yeah. We need to add one more team to the Big. We need to add one more team to the Big 12.
Daddy, Mommy wants you to put Reagan inside the stop barking.
Mm-hmm. I'll be right back. Let me try this again before we get to some picks what I'm gonna add. Boom.
One minute. Come on, let's go.
Go.
Taking a shower, man.
Yeah, Pittsburgh. Let's see. Oh, I got all this noise in the back. You wanna come in?
Oh, stop talking. I keep closing the door. Leave it open. You leave it open until I get done.
Shit. Where was I? Come here then. CJ. No names in the ACC. Yeah, I know they're in the ACC, but it makes more geographical sense for them to be in the big. To me. So if I was rearranging the conferences, this is what I would do. Throw Houston. Man.
She come on, made a mess. A big mess. No, he don't even know. Come on. I'll take that from her.
She gave it to him.
Here. Go to sleep, you funny big head son.
Come here. Come here. Boy, you crazy. That boy got an attitude. Come here. Boy, nigga can't get no peace, boy, I tell you. Come here. You good? Maybe I. Connecticut's going to the ACC. Okay, that's my ACC. I'm happy with that. We'll rearrange the sides. We gotta figure out the American. Hold on, man. God, dog! Bingo. Aye. Maybe I can sit down without being bothered. This is FSU After Dark. Some late night gaming because I'm bored. Ain't got nothing better to do. I know it's late out there on the East Coast, but I'm all the way in Hawaii and it's only 9 o'clock at night here. So why not? If you're here, man, hit the like button. We about to start a new dynasty with Florida State, but this time we putting Florida State in the SEC. I've moved Florida State, Miami, Clemson, and Georgia Tech into the SEC. And I'm customizing all these conferences, like geographic-wise, from what makes sense to me. I'm going to put Florida State. Let's see here. We're going to throw Vanderbilt. In the West. What do y'all think? Or should Clemson be in the East? Since South Carolina, but then who would I put in Florida State? Technically would be in the West. They're in Tallahassee. Out of all these teams, they would be the most Western team. Or is Tennessee? Not too sure. I think Florida State's more Western than Tennessee. But I want Florida State to play Miami and Florida every year. So I think we might keep it like this. LSU, Bama, Clemson, Auburn, Florida, Florida State, Miami, Georgia. Yeah, I think that's it. So there's your SEC lineup. We'll be with the Seminoles. I'll show you the rosters after I'm done with this. And, yep. I think I'm going to go with that. Pac-12. Okay, we need to fix the Pac-12. Who am I adding to the Pac-12? I'll tell you off the rip. I'm adding Boise to the Pac-12 for me. Boise needs to get up the Mountain West, get into a big conference. The Pac-12's the conference. What else we got? Independence. I'm going to throw BYU in the Pac-12 too. I'm going to throw Army in the American. Whoops. Navy in the American. Let's go back to the Pac-12. So we need to add one more team to the Pac-12. And I'm thinking I was going to steal another school from the Mountain West. It'd be Fresno. Yeah, we're putting Fresno in the Pac-12. Independence, I'm throwing Idaho and New Mexico State in the Mountain West. Conference USA. Big Ten. We're gonna realign the Big Ten and the ACC here in a minute. I want to get all the teams locked down. Should I do Houston or SMU? I feel like I should do Houston. All right. Some though, not really gonna mess with that. SEC we're good. Pac-12. Here, let's realign the Pac-12. North. Might be good. And what I think what I'm actually gonna do here, I'm trying to put big schools, but I'm also trying to make it make sense geographically. And now that I think about it, Boise might not make sense. Being in Idaho. Like, it might make more sense for San Diego State. You feel me? But we're gonna throw Air Force. Whoops. We're gonna throw Air Force into the American with the other military academies. Is there another team I can add to the Mountain West? Probably not. I gotta fill out the American Conference now. I kind of feel like I need to change up this Pac-12. I want to change up this Pac-12, man. I'm putting Boise. I'm gonna throw Boise on the Big 12. I'm going to throw San Diego State in the Pac-12. And then Conference USA, we're gonna put I'm gonna take two teams from here. Eastern Carolina, going to the American. Let's do Louis. I'll do Tulane. We're going to redo them too. So it's almost like I need to add one more school to the Big 12. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move Houston to the American. There we go. So the American's filled out. ACC, Big 12, CJ, what's going on, man? If I played you, Poke, I beat you with the 4 plays on offense, 3 on defense. Man, where my drink at? I'm gonna drink to that, CJ. Y'all Kings just can't help but talk trash. Like, it's neutral territory right now, man. We just chilling, playing the game. Y'all come in here and want to talk trash. It's all good. You couldn't beat me if I spotted you 20 points. Oh, turn that down. I don't know if y'all can hear the echo in the back. All right, hold on. Let's change this to north and south. Don't worry, man. We're going to get into some gameplay here in a minute. I guarantee you I will win. North. I mean, what's stopping you from winning then? You still got your PS3? You play online. What's up? What's up? I mean, all that talking, man. What's really hood? North, south. So the north teams would be Arkansas, Boise State, Colorado. I feel like Nebraska should be a north squad. Arkansas will be a south squad. Throw Nebraska up there. Yeah, that looks great to me. Big 12's done. American. Let's fix you. Xbox One. You on Twitch? No. Hey, Bird, first time seeing you. But nope, not on Twitch. Thought about doing a Twitch. I'm just doing this for fun. But no, I'm not on Twitch. Some people told me I should be on, I should do streaming on Twitch. It's better that way. Might give it a shot. Yeah, but see, this game only on PS3 or Xbox 360, so. We'll do East-West. No, I can play with whoever. I prefer to play with FSU because that's the squad. But I don't have to play with the boys. Or you're telling me I could only play with FSU, which would be great anyway. So either way, I'm good. Either way, I'm Gucci. Okay, American squared away. ACC, let's square away to ACC. Atlantic, Coastal. ACC is pretty much going to consist of a basketball. You see that? This is a basketball. So we're going to do. All right, looks good to me. ACC, good. American, good. Big 12, good. Big 10. Not going to worry about renaming it. It is what it is. To me, Notre Dame just makes more geographical sense. I feel like having Penn. So I want Iowa and Iowa State together. Penn State and Pitt. Michigan State. Let's do Purdue. And we'll put Minnesota over there. It makes the win even better when you lose with FSU. But you're not going to beat me, though. That's the thing. Like, you're not going to beat me. So, I ain't really stressing that. You feel me? Not worried about them. Not worried about them. Pac-12 North. So I think what I'm gonna do, right? I'm gonna swap another. We're gonna put BYU back in the Mountain West, and I'm gonna bring Hawaii. Should I bring Hawaii over? Yeah, I'm bringing Hawaii over to the Pac-12. To me, that's a better look. I bullied my god brother, and he loves Georgia Tech. I dogged him. But you won't bully me though. Dang, it's late. It's not late over here though. If y'all don't know, I'm on Hawaii time, so it's 9 o'clock at night for me. It's not late for me. I know it's late for y'all. If you up, hey, chill with me. I'm drinking a little bit. If you're on the East Coast, I know it's pretty late. But again, I'm on Hawaii time, so it's not late. And I'm bored, so I figured why not. I like that FSU get a bye before Miami. They should win. I don't know if we should win ever. Not even going to act like that. We're going to see what Miami look like against Louisville. The bye week could be a blessing or a curse, but we needed it, I think. Extra time to prepare, extra time to get healthy, man. We got banged up in that Georgia Tech game. We'll be all right. I got to see different things on that depth chart, man. Got to see different stuff on that depth chart. That's going to be the first clue on whether Norvell is making the right changes. So pieces need to be moved. All right, Pac-12 is looking good. SEC, you see, I got all the Florida. I got the big Florida schools and one in the SEC East. SEC is going to be a gauntlet this year. All right, so I think we're good to go. Pope, I beat you in Hawaii time and Pacific time and Eastern time. It don't matter. TJ. I'm glad you're so confident, homie. That's one thing I will say about a Miami fan. They've never lacked for confidence. Y'all ain't never lacked for confidence. I'll give y'all that. All right, so we good at the custom conferences. Let's make sure we on Heisman difficulty. Heisman. Here, put that on Heisman. Even though that's user versus user, I'll still put it on Heisman. We'll do 6-minute quarters. Not gonna mess with any sliders. Leave it all the sliders default. All right, we're good to go there. All right, let's get this. Banged up. That was the first game. Unfortunately, but Kane Doe has to heal. Right? Am I wrong? Kane Doe got hurt. Take that back. 4 of our offensive linemen got injured at one point or another during that game and had to get out. So it gives it time to, Purdy is another. I'm not saying Purdy's going to be back from Miami, but the extra week helps. So, like I said, we're a little banged up when we get a chance to heal. It is what it is. Okay, and we're going with FSU. The classic logo, of course. We're going to sign this contract. Yeah, okay, don't care about none of this. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Pope, but I still don't know about my QB King when it comes to passing. Oh, I agree with you, CJ. I'm glad you being realistic, homeboy. I'm glad you're being realistic. I agree with you 100%. Not trying to throw shade, but I think before we played Georgia Tech, I was saying, if I was the game plan around De'Aaron King, the key for me would be to spy him the entire game, play man. I play man, spy him the entire game, rush 4 to 5, and I would make him beat me with his arm. I know the dude can run 20, 30 yards just like that. Let me go to these rosters. I know what De'Aaron King can do when the pocket breaks down and he can scramble. But can he beat press man coverage? Can he make an accurate enough throw to beat, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So it's the quarterback room. Purdy, Travis, Black, Rodemaker. I'm telling you right now, that guy ain't playing for me. So we're going to go with Purdy. 79 overall freshman. Running backs. We got the 2 freshmen here. We're Wren and Toafili. And then Corbin and Webb. I think those ratings are appropriate. No fullback on the roster. Wide receiver. Got Tamarion Terry, Keyshawn Helton, Ontario Wilson, Warren Thompson, Jordan Young, Brian Robinson. As you can see, we keep going with the freshmen. Again, no real superstars on this team. I mean, Terry's a 91 overall so far. So that's the only real tight end room. That's what we got. Now we get to this dreadful O-line. Washington. Lucas, I think highest rated O-lineman I got. Maurice Smith. Babion. And Love Taylor. I forgot about Love Taylor. He would be the highest rated guy we got. D-line is your ends. Again, man, nothing too crazy here. I took some guys out, did the rosters myself. I think I did a fair job. I could have made everybody 99, but I ain't even do it. You know what I'm saying? Marv's a 99, but that's just what I think. Shoot me. He had one bad game. Gainer. Linebackers. Emmett Rice. Sante Samuel and the boys. Free safeties. Strong safety. Nasruddin is probably the second highest rated player on the team. And then your kicker punter. So there you go, man. As you can see, the roster ain't like, I ain't cheating or nothing like that, man. The roster ain't nothing crazy. Polk, I'm a realistic King fan. I watch what goes on the field, not stats. I used to play ball, and I was supposed to go around the same time as Latavius James. All right. You play ball in South Florida, or where you play ball at? Did you hear Matthews? Yep, Matthews hit the portal. Isaiah Bolden hit the portal. That's why you didn't see him on my roster. Jamarcus Chapman hit the portal. FSU's got a mass exodus right now. And I'll be real with you. I think it's a good thing. First of all those players I just named, with the exception of Matthews, has contributed little to nothing. So there's no reason to panic. Get the guys who don't want to compete. Because let me tell you a little secret about football, right? Let me tell you a little secret about football. And CJ may or may not agree. He used to play ball. But I'm going to tell you a little secret about football. And just sports in general. It's not even just football. It's sports in general, right? There's a saying that they say you're only as strong as your weakest link. And you know why that's the case? Your practice players make your starters better. When your practice players, when your guys who are transferring out, like the Jamarcus Chapmans, these guys who we don't see, when they don't have the heart to compete, that means your number one guys, your number two guys are practicing against nothing. They're not playing against guys who have their heart in the game, guys who are really trying to compete. They're not getting any better. This is red shirt my players. So I think you cut the dead weight is basically what's going on at Florida State right now. At least that's how I feel. Now, if some guys who were transferring out were guys who were mass contributors, I would maybe be worried. But right now I'm not worried. Nobody that has transferred out has done anything on the football field for Florida State. Not one. Except for Matthews. And Matthews, he's a senior. In his 4 years, what does he have, like a total of 400 yards receiving? So 100 yards a year is what all Matthews has given us. Come on, man. Not too worried about that. CJ goes, from Georgia, I went to Larry Coker's camp before it was called Parrot. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up, bro. Well, Larry Coker had the last great Miami team, hell. Even though he really inherited that team from Butch Davis. But, Larry Coker fell in on a great team. But that was the last great Miami squad. Just redshirting a couple freshmen here, and then we're going to pick our... we're going to redshirt Lundy. And then we're going to get the schedule popping, man, and then we're going to play some football. Yep, exactly. When you speak about that with the weakest link topic. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, CJ. Iron sharpens iron. I get it. Yeah, man, that's just real. That's just, again, that's sports, football, basketball. It's any sport. The practice squad makes the starters better. Period. And when your practice squad is a bunch of scrubs who's willing to quit and walk out of a program like that without ever touching the field and contributing, again, you're just cutting dead weight at that point. I remember in college football when kids used to stick it out and try to prove themselves. Kids don't play for 1 or 2 years now. They quick to transfer out. So it is what it is. Let's check the schedule. Stanford week 1? Should we play Stanford? Let's look at the options. Facts about Larry Coker. He was the substitute teacher. Real talk, bro. Larry Coker inherited that squad from Butch. And, I mean, don't get me wrong. He won the chip with it, but that was all. That was like that's like when Gruden took over for Dungy. It was one of them situations. Like, ooh, we're going to play A&M. We're going to play A&M. I'm not going to waste the time playing no FCS school. So let's see. Let's go with... We already got a tough schedule as is. Let's not throw in a complete cupcake, but let's throw in somebody who I don't think is going to be much of a threat. Let's go with the old ACC foe. Let's go with Virginia. Tennessee, Maryland. I don't want Maryland on the schedule. Again, we got a tough schedule as is. Ooh, there's not a lot of options for this week. I'm already playing one ACC school. I'm playing an ACC school, a Big 12 school. I guess we'll go to Pac-12 school. There you go. That is what our schedule is looking like, folks. A schedule. Let's get it. Would you like to keep the change? Yep. Let's go to these comments. Yep, exactly. Okay, talking about facts about Larry Coker. He was talking about that. EA needs to hurt. Bruh, I've been saying this forever. EA needs to bring this series back, man. Look at this. This is 2013. What a great year 2013 was, wasn't it, folks? So we good. We're going to set up these recruits. And then we're going to get on the field against Texas A&M. How long I've been going for so far? I got 9 people in here on a 3 o'clock in the morning. I think I'm doing pretty good, man. Hit the like button. Let me check something quick. Ain't even hit an hour yet. All right. Let's see who's trying to come to Florida State. 2014 was better. 2013 was the year, homie. The year Jameis made his debut to the world. 14 was still great too. Until we hit the playoffs. Alright. This is what we got. These are the prospects interested in Florida State. Got a bunch of 5 stars. Look at that. Andrew Wood, 6'4". Runs a 4.46. Hey, we getting you. Oh, we going for you. We're going to be in a battle with Miami for this guy. This dude right here runs a 4.3. Hey, white boy Brad Johnson. We got Jeff Smith. Ooh, look at that quarterback prospect. All right. We're only going to go target one quarterback. I don't know if y'all hear my son out there. What? I ain't worried about him. Tight end. How are you a 4-star with overall 66? That don't even make sense. Do I even want to recruit you? We'll go for you. Definitely let's recruit this offensive line. We'll go after like a project guy. Couple project guys. We're definitely gonna go for that interior. Jesus. Go for a center. DN. 5-star. Eric Butler. Louisiana. Why not? We'll go for him. Other than that, we're not looking too hot on the DNs. Tim Pickens. Who's from Florida on here? There's a couple Florida kids. Mike Cronin and Doug. Okay, we'll go after both of those guys. Go to D tackles. 5'11". 275 out of South Carolina. Whatever. We're second, so we'll hit you up. And we'll go after Perry Kibble Patrick. Ooh, Jack Mack. Yeah, let's go after you. We got the backers. Don't really need a middle linebacker, so I'm not gonna recruit one. We're gonna recruit the secondary. What? This is the best corner we got on the board. All right, the number 3 corner though, Arnold Kemp. Let's take that one. And we'll go after 4.38. Yeah, we'll take you 2. And then let's take a look at some athletes. Ooh, we got some athletes. Look at that. 6'6", 228. Runs a 4.48. What position y'all think this dude play? I don't know. We're going to find out, though. We're going to try to get all these. All right. Well, I got 5 more spots left. So we're going to go, man. We're going to stay with that offensive line. We're going to try to fill out this offensive line. We're going to go through a couple of these guys. 3 more spots. And we'll shore up that defensive line, that defensive tackle ropes, that defense, yeah. 1 more. All right, let's get it. Let's get on the field, man. Let's get on the field. You got an NFL team. It was the Bucks until they screwed my dog Jameis over. I just found it funny that, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Jameis was perfect. Obviously, man he had a bunch of turnovers. I just found it funny that they broke the bank for Tom Brady. They got him every kind of weapon he needed, and they couldn't do that for Jameis. Jameis played his whole time with the Bucks without a running game. Except for his first year when they had Doug Martin. They had a running game. That was it. So, so I would say the Bucks. I'm still gonna watch them and whatnot, but I am mad about that. All right, let's get this season started. James Winston with them crab legs and that student union. Yeah, he was a turnover machine, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not pretending like he was a perfect quarterback, but how many quarterbacks have thrown 5,000 yards and 30 touchdowns? Again, they didn't help the man with no type of running game. And the defense was bad under Jameis's tenure. They passed on guys like Dalvin Cook, Derwin James. I just felt like Tampa, they didn't address the O-line the entire time Jameis was there. So, it is what it is. And as far as that student union, I feel like they made a big deal about that. If any other kid had got up there and said that shit, nobody would have said nothing. But it was Jameis Winston, so they made a big deal about it. All right, here we go. First game, Texas A&M. We're going to do this recruiting real quick. Ooh, I forgot to scout. That's okay. I don't think I got a lot of scout points anyway. Yeah. I think they scouted for me. Bump it. We're just gonna put all our points into these guys. Why are these kids out there crying? I don't know. I don't know if y'all can hear them. They're getting on my nerves. I'm surprised some of y'all are even up. What are y'all doing up? Me, I got an excuse. It's not even 10 o'clock here yet. We're going to try to land these first few big recruits here. We're going to put a little bit of points in some of these guys. Try not to waste your time with this. So give me a minute. All right. Used all the points. Florida State in the SEC starts now. And we start off with number 12, Texas A&M. And we're kind of even. Look at that. I think we might have the better defense. That's about it. But they rank number 12. We're gonna go all Garnets, baby. Let's go. Tampa Bay had the best two leaders in Derrick Brooks and Warren Sapp when they won the Super Bowl in 2001. That entire defense was loaded, bro. They had Warren Sapp. They had Derrick Brooks. They had John Lynch. They had Dexter Jackson back there, another Florida State player. Didn't they have Booger McFarland too? Simeon Rice. Like, oh man. Rondé Barber. That Tampa defense was just nasty. Just nasty. Who's you guys' NFL team? Adverb. Who's your NFL squad? CJ, who's your NFL? You a Dolphin fan? I hope not. Man, you know what? I don't even think I set my depth chart. Hold on, let me go to the depth chart because if I see Blackman on the field, I'm gonna shoot somebody. Hold on. Oh, let's go through this part first. Heads. Nope, Jordan Travis is a starter, but how was Chopper Purdy 80 when he's sitting? I don't know. But he the one who's starting. Purdy starting. Matter of fact, let me go through this entire depth chart. Matter of fact, Jordan Travis won't be second. Black, you are third string. I do not want to see you. Okay, good here. My bad, y'all. No, I'll leave Helton in the slot. It looks good. It looks good. Hell no. But what is it? Maury Smith. Alright, we finna get to it. Jerry Jones, what the hell? I don't know what's going on. Alright. We getting there, man. We getting there. Okay, whatever. Okay, we're good. We're good. Tampa Bay had, yeah, they was loaded on defense thanks to Tony Dungy. Do you think Bryce Young will be good for Bama? Is that who their starting quarterback is? Honestly, wasn't following Bama. Didn't know who they were starting at quarterback. I knew the Tua brother had transferred. He followed Loxley over there to Maryland. But I think if one thing Tampa, I think there's one thing Bama has shown is it don't matter who's that quarterback, right? I mean, didn't they win a national championship with Jacob Coker? And he was nothing to write home about. So, yeah, I think they'll be fine regardless of who's at quarterback for those guys. Definitely believe that. Let's get this game started. I gotta get my depth chart straight, but we'll fix that off camera. Let's put a whooping on A&M. But Bama literally recruits at a clip that I'll be honest, their quarterback like position doesn't ever seem to matter. Ah, I mean Tua was like the first real quarterback prospect they had during this entire run. Ah, 4th and 8. Damn. All right, we didn't score. We're looking like that offense against Georgia Tech right now. Hopefully our defense can fix it. Oh, what are you doing? Running a 4-2-5 today. Come on, Nico! The hell was that? Okay. CJ, you still there, man? What's going on with Tate Martell? Is he out? Did he transfer? What's up with him? That dude, man. That dude's trash anyway. But what's going on with Tate Martell? Ran away from competition at Ohio State. Thought he was gonna be the man over here in Miami. Now I'm hearing the dude transferring again. And now Texas A&M about to score because I'm over here doing other stuff. Damn it. No, I agree with you. I don't think Tate Martell is any good. I just think I read that he was transferring again. Like these again, they go back to what I'm saying, man. These kids don't like to compete. Dudes run from competition their whole careers. I wonder why they don't get any better. What the hell going on here? Yeah, at least De'Aaron King is the starter for y'all though. Tate transferred in and couldn't even see the field. Like that dude, man, was just a total bum. Period. Total bum. At least Derek King came out there and won the job. Even though I think honestly, and this is just my opinion, I think part of that is I don't think Manny Diaz likes N'Kosi Perry, man. For whatever reason, I don't feel like Manny Diaz is a fan of Perry. So, with that being said, he went with King. I mean, last year he was quick to pull Perry for Williams every chance he got. So, oh, that's probably true then. Each male generation gets softer and softer by the decade. I think the human race as a whole gets softer and softer, though. As technology continues to improve and our lives get easier, I think that's just going to be the natural order of things, man. Let's go, Keyshawn. As and just to put it in a sports perspective, these kids have learned, which I don't think they knew back in the day. They've learned that it doesn't matter no more to play for, especially at a position like a quarterback. It doesn't matter to play at, you know, Michigan anymore. I can go play for Tulane and put up huge numbers in a there's a pro scout that will look at me, a pro coach that thinks I can do something with that kid. The goal is just to get that first paycheck for most of these kids. I mean, Perry's. I'm not saying Perry's a great quarterback, but he he. I felt like I don't know. I felt like last year. I'm not, and I'm mainly talking about last year when it comes to the Hurricanes. It's like to me there was not a big difference between Perry and Williams. Maybe that goes back to the play calling, and that's obviously why Miami fired Enos and went with Lashley. I'm just saying though, I felt like they were too quick to bench Perry for Williams on multiple occasions. But that's just me. I don't watch Miami and dissect them enough to say what's really going on. What's really going on over there? CJ says LeBron James messed up competition in every sport. Yeah, that's because I think I understand why you say LeBron because LeBron, he joined squads and it became what it became. But I think it was the pressure of a Michael Jordan that made LeBron do what he did. When you're chasing or trying to be the greatest at something, and everybody keeps telling you you'll never achieve it because it's all about championships, especially in a sport like basketball, where one player can impact the game way more than on football. Um, LeBron knew there was no way he could stay like his whole career, get one or two chips, and never be considered in Jordan's league. Like LeBron's probably gonna win his fourth this year, but the dude has literally teamed up with the best player or second best player, like every time he's won a chip. So it's crazy, and it's all because they chasing that goat. And I'm chasing Texas A&M right now. It's like I can't freaking stop them on defense. Oh, got a sack. Yeah, I think LeBron. I think that. I mean, I think it's gonna be a fun series though, Miami and LA. Baggy fan for life. What's going on? Good morning to you. Did DJ Matthews, really get COVID? Why did you remove your previous video? So DJ did get COVID. That title for my previous video was an old video that I didn't mean to. I meant to change the title. Didn't mean to go live. I went live on accident. But Matthews got COVID about a month ago, man. That's old news. It's one of the reasons why he transferred out. He got COVID, and I believe. So here's my belief on that. If you don't know, I believe DJ broke protocol. He broke the bubble, so to speak. Went to a party. He did something that he wasn't supposed to do, that the players are not allowed to do. Went out there, got COVID, and was basically kicked off the team for it. They gave him the option to opt out or transfer. He decided to transfer, but it was just a mistake on my end. I meant to change the title of the video, and I messed around and posted the same title, so I deleted it. Damn, nothing big there. Ray was good morning to you. Nah, it better be the Lakers versus Boston. Well, Boston down 0-2, homie, and I'm a Jason Tatum guy. I think Jason Tatum, I just love his game. Dude's got a smooth game, Jason Tatum does. Kind of reminds me like of a younger Melo. Good catch, Warren. Wish you could have did that against Georgia Tech, you sorry bastard. But down 0-2, Jimmy Butler's hooping right now. I can't even lie. So, CJ said he riding with the Heat. Yeah. Looking like the Heat right now. I don't think the Heat gonna beat the Lakers though. I'm just being real with you. I ain't no LeBron fan at all. Respect that. I respect what he does though. I do think people take LeBron's greatness for granted. But with that said, ain't nobody beating the Lakers. Lakers just too. The X factor for the Lakers all the way around is Anthony Davis. There's not a team left that can even match Anthony Davis. So it just is what it is on that tip. As we hit here and we drive down the field methodically against the Aggies. A&M versus, what the hell happened on that play? Come on, Purdy, get your shit together. Ray said he's a LeBron hater. I mean, Lakers, listen, the Lakers and the Celtics, that's the ratings draw, obviously. I mean, come on, who's played in the finals more than the Lakers and the Celtics? I know that's the ratings draw. It just looks like the Heat gonna get it, but there's a lot of LeBron haters out there. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm a hater of LeBron, but I'm not a fan of him either. I don't blindly think he's the greatest of all time. But I do respect him. I do respect his game. I respect what he does. But other than Jordan, I grew up with my favorite player being Tracy McGrady. I think that's a guy, if his injuries don't derail his career, rest in peace to Kobe Bryant, but Tracy McGrady was right there. He was just as good, if not better, than Kobe. You put McGrady on them Laker teams, and McGrady's winning chips just like Kobe Bryant. Of course, I'm a Polk County, so of course I'm going to be a Tracy McGrady guy. And we took the lead. Chubba Purdy. Let's go. Look at that. Only if we could ever get him on the field in real life. I'm convinced, man, if we would have had Purdy against Georgia Tech, we'd win that game. Blackman was that bad in that game. Ray Ray says, when LeBron went to shake everybody's hand, but when he lose, he off to the dressing room. You know what, Ray Ray? I've never been the type to be like me being a competitor. I'll be honest with you. I'm a sore loser. I think anybody, you know, and I'm not here to judge or whatever the case, but man, I just don't believe in. I don't believe in being a sore loser. Now, I'm not saying you degrade your opponent after a loss or nothing like that. But when I lose, man, I don't want to shake hands. Give me a minute. Let me cool off. Let me chill. Like, I just feel like any real competitor would do that. You feel me? Like, I don't know. I don't knock LeBron for stuff like that. That's just, bro, when you want to win, you ain't trying to shake no hands. You ain't trying to hear none of that. You trying to, you know what I'm saying? Oh, where you going? Good tackle. Durden. I meant can't win. Do you think Norvell will start Blackman again after what happened last game? Personally, I think they should go. But look, you're preaching to the choir. I think. Listen, I said this in my rant after the game. This is all I know about Jordan Travis because everybody keeps telling me the kid can't throw. I watched the spring game where he did throw the football. That's number one. Number two, this can't be denied. When Jordan Travis is in the game, we get positive plays on offense. Period. I don't care how he gets them. I don't care if he's running. I don't care how he gets them. He gets positive plays when he's on the field. Jordan Travis is on the field, we're moving the chains. All of a sudden, we put Black in. You see what happens, right? Play Jordan Travis. Norvell came into Florida State bragging about how he does not force players to adapt to him. He adapts to his players. You've had 2 weeks. Draw up a scheme for Jordan Travis against Miami. I don't care if it's heavy run. If you got to RPO him to death, read option him to death, you do that. So, let me toss time out. I didn't realize the clock. So, look, you preaching to the choir. I think Jordan Travis should get the nod. And everything should be quick read, get the ball out of his hands. I'm talking screen passes, passes to the flats, quick slants, hitch routes, out routes. Do all of that with Jordan Travis. Anything to just get the ball out of his hands, get the chains moving. What you should have did with Blackman, but at least with Jordan Travis, he can move and can extend plays with his legs. Roll him out the pocket. You can do all of those things. My opinion with Jordan Travis, the playbook really opens up. So, yeah, you're preaching to the choir right there. I like T-Mac, but he never got out of the first round. You right, never got out of the first round. But name me one other player T-Mac played with, though. Real talk. Name me one other player T-Mac ever played with. They brought in Grant Hill. Grant Hill ended up getting hurt. T-Mac never had another guy. That's why I said if you would have put T-Mac with Shaq, what do you think happens? T-Mac never got to play with another guy. The only other good player he ever played with was his cousin, Vince Carter. And that was in Toronto before T-Mac really emerged as that dude. Ooh, Terry for the touchdown. Let's go. This game getting ugly. As long as Blackman is y'all QB, y'all won't win. He is not y'all guy. No, he's not our guy. I've been saying that. Said that before the season. And you know what? I let the coaching staff kind of convince me, like, okay, Black should be a little bit improved. No. Black is broken. And the Georgia Tech game proved it. And all the Blackman defenders come out there and they say, well, Blackman made good passes and receivers drop balls. And when I watch Blackman, dog, it's not the plays that he makes, or it's not what he does, it's what he doesn't do. Everybody cried about that offensive line. I watched James Blackman have a good pocket to step up in, and he panicked. He didn't know what to do because he's broke. He has PTSD. He's not used to having a clean pocket. He just was panicking, ran himself into pressure. Ooh, fumble. Damn. Ran himself into pressure. If you can remember, FSU has a 3rd and 1. They ended up going for it on the 4th down. I picked it up. But there's a 3rd and 1. James Blackman takes a deep shot to, I want to say it was, who was it deep? I want to say it was Ontario Wilson. Takes a deep shot to Ontario Wilson deep. He's double covered. Come on, man. Oh, hell. Damn, Ontario Wilson, right? He's double covered. Watch the play again. Jayshon Corbin is in the flat, wide open. If Terry just dumps the ball off the Corbin goes 30, 40 yards down the field, maybe even scores. It's those type of plays, man, with the terrible awareness that I have a problem with. Those are the plays he made last year. I tell you, man, if you go back and watch that game, Black missed so many plays. He missed so many open receivers. And I'm not talking about like him throwing him the ball or missing. I'm talking about just didn't throw him the ball. Just didn't look and throw him the ball. He's not. His awareness is not up to par. And Norvell, for whatever reason, put too much faith in him. Yao Ming is 7-2. Yao Ming was the only good player T-Mac played with. I forgot all about his Houston days. You're right. Yao Ming was good. But Yao Ming was so big that he was so limited. Ooh, what am I doing? That's what I was trying to do. But Yao Ming was a good-ass shooter for a guy that was that big. But Yao Ming could barely move, though. You know what I'm saying? He was too big. I think Yao Ming was like 7'5", too. Like, Yao Ming was huge. But yeah, big fan. I think we gotta. And it's not on. Listen, it ain't just James Blackman that I want to see change on the depth chart. Emmett Rice, starting linebacker. Guess how many tackles your senior linebacker had against Georgia Tech? Let's take a wild guess. He had the same amount of tackles I had on Saturday. So put someone else in there. Ray, what's up? I'm a Kings fan. My friends is FSU. I'm a Kings fan. I think Blackman's going to start, but see, that's the thing though. Like, what's the point of starting him at this point? If you're gonna put him on that short of a leash, that after he makes one mistake, you're gonna pull him, then just go with the guy that you're gonna replace him with. That don't even make sense to me, dog. But I will agree with this. I think he's gonna start because for whatever reason, I don't think they got confidence in the guys that's backing them up. Which I don't think Tate Rodemaker is ready, the freshman, and for whatever reason, this is like 2 coaching staffs that don't want to play Jordan Travis. Makes me wonder, is like Jordan Travis's arm broken? Like, for real. Like, is his arm... What's going on with him? Is there something about Jordan Travis, maybe physically wise, that we just don't know about? I'm very curious to know what's going on there. Because it doesn't make sense that he's been sitting behind Blackman for 2 years now. We've seen the performances Blackman has put up. And at no time has he got a legit start. They've put him out there to run the option, the read option and the run. But when has he ever gotten a legit start to play quarterback? That doesn't make sense to me. That's what I'm saying, Adverb. Like if Black, well, I know Tate Rodemaker's not ready. I told everybody before the season. I said, look, if if it gets to the point where we have to play Tate Rodemaker, we're in trouble. So we might be in trouble. Um, he's one of those project prospects, right? That you take out of high school. He was a 3-star, but he's got a lot of promise and potential. But he's one of those guys that you need to sit for a year or two. You need to build him up, get him in the program, get him in the weight room. Really, what should have happened to James Blackman? The problem with James Blackman, he was forced into the situation because of an injury. Um, that's where we go. That's where we at with Rodemaker. Jordan Travis is the guy that I don't understand what's going on and why we can't play him. But I fully believe if Chuba Purdy had been healthy, you would have seen him. I'll take Francois all day over James Blackman. That's not even. I watched Francois beat Ole Miss. Granted, he had Dalvin Cook, but I watched Francois beat Ole Miss and Michigan. Like I watched Francois do those things. I don't know how much about the guy, but Purdy is good and he's going to be hyped. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. We're FSU fans are putting a lot of stock in Purdy, and that has to do a lot with his brother, who is. It was a bad day for the Purdy family on Saturday. His brother, he plays at Iowa State, but he's like a top 5 quarterback prospect in this draft coming up. A lot of eyes are on Brock Purdy this year. And Iowa State lost to Louisiana, the Raging Cajuns. But a lot of people think Purdy's further along than his brother, and his brother is an NFL prospect. So that's why the hype is so big for Purdy. Look, all I know is the dude was a 4-star, legit dual threat. They claim he runs 4.4-ish type speed. I want to see it. I don't know if he's better than. I don't know if he's going to be as good as he's hyped up to be. But I think he's an upgrade over what we got. If Sam Howell can come into North Carolina and do the things he did, I think Purdy can do the same for Florida State. I really do. I don't want to sit here and hype Purdy up to be the next, Chris Winkie, Charlie Ward, or James Winston, but I do think if you're Norvell, you need to go with a guy that you recruited, that you were able to turn away from Louisville and get him to Florida State. You go with that kid, because that's your kid, that's your guy. Ran on the sideline. At the end of the day, Florida State fans, we're in a rebuild process. It's just the facts. And again, for me, the more transfers, the better. Because to me, that just shows your character as a football player. That you quit. How do you transfer after the first game? Like, you quit after the first game, so. Ooh. The transfers don't bother me one bit. Everybody's in panic mode, and I'm the only one sitting here like, good, transfer. Because you're just showing the type of player you are. This game doesn't feel as close as it is. I just checked the score. They have 13. I only have 21. I feel like I should have more points. I feel like I've been moving the ball. It is on Heisman difficulty, by the way. Corbin's doing this thing. 8 yards of carry. I wish we could, man. I don't know if a video game was real life. I think Miami and FSU are both mentally weak, and if things start to go south, they don't have a leader to turn them around. We're definitely mentally weak. I can't speak for Miami, and I can't speak for the culture of that program. And I know they just went 6-7 like we did last year. Um, so I don't know. Um, but we're definitely mentally weak, and it all stems from our quarterback. Who on the team is more mentally weak than our quarterback? Real talk. Like, I'm not here to pile on James Blackman, man, but when the leader of your team is on the field having a temper tantrum, that's what it is. The rest of the guys follow suit. I said this. Said this on Tuesday on the show Tuesday. Um, Jeff Sims' best quality that I saw, because quite frankly, I think people are overhyping Jeff Sims because he was not throwing the ball well. Um, the interception he threw those two interceptions he threw were terrible. And again, he threw about two more that we just didn't catch. But the best attribute Jeff Sims had, even better than his legs, which we all thought were good anyway. Jeff Sims' best attribute was that he kept his composure even when he messed up and made mistakes. Never looked rattled. The moment never looked too big. Never looked like a deer in headlights. Sims was ready for that moment. And nobody was gonna shake him out of that. MR Redshirt Jr. makes one mistake and goes into panic mode. Has a clean pocket and is tiptoeing in the pocket like a damn ballerina. That was Jeff Sims' biggest attribute, in my opinion. He's very raw in every other area. And you'll see that as the season goes forward, as Georgia Tech continues to play. You're going to see Jeff Sims have some really bad games against, quite frankly, better teams than us. Definitely better scheme teams. We'll see how Fuller adjusts the scheme going forward. But I thought the defense he called in that Georgia Tech team was way too vanilla. He was content with rushing four and dropping everybody into a soft zone coverage. And that's why Jeff Sims ended up doing what he was doing. And he never made the adjustment to spy. He blitzed maybe 3 times that game. And each time he blitzed, we were effective. But Sims' composure is commendable. I think Miami. Okay, read that one. My friends, FSU fans say if FSU loses to Miami, their players going to quit on the team. What do you think? I think it depends on how they play, man. Last year against Miami, I definitely thought Florida State quit. And that's why Willie got fired right after it. We were at home. It was really a big, like, both teams had struggled. It was really looking like a winnable game. Miami had lost to Georgia Tech, just like we did. We had looked competitive in most of our losses up to that point against Virginia Tech and stuff. And you came out there and you've played that type of performance against Miami. How do you play like that against your second biggest rival? And that's why Willie got his ass fired. I expect us to come out there and fight like dogs. And if we come out there and we give them a dog fight, win, lose, or draw, I think those kids will have something to build on and have something to feel confident about. Also, it's gonna really depend on how Miami looks against Louisville. If Miami goes out there and blows the brakes off of Louisville or dominates them in a certain fashion, and then we're able to go out there and give them a dog fight, I think kids are going to be confident, win, lose, or draw. If Miami loses to Louisville and then we lose to Miami, I think that could deflate the team. What time does Miami play tomorrow, by the way? Somebody let me know. Ray Ray or CJ, if you're still around, because you ain't commented in a minute, let me know. What time does Miami play tomorrow? I got to make sure I watch that game. There's also some boxing I want to watch tomorrow, so I'll be probably flipping through both. Is Miami a prime time game tomorrow, or is it an early game? Cause I do want to scout y'all a little bit, but I'm a real boxing nut. So Erickson Lubin is fighting, so I want to watch him. And that also makes me mad because next week when we play Miami, the Charlo brothers are fighting. If you know anything, if you watch boxing, if you don't know anything about boxing, just disregard all of this. But the Charlo brothers are fighting next week, and it's a prime time game, so that's gonna be tough for me because I gotta watch both of those. 7:30 Eastern. So yeah, it's another prime time game. So what time is that gonna be here? That's gonna be about 1:30. Yeah, it's gonna be like 1:30 here. So for me, that's gonna be a mid after, or not even a mid afternoon. It's gonna be an early afternoon game. For y'all, that's a prime time game. So I should be able to still catch the boxing. Yeah, everybody's saying 7:30. All right, I'm a Miami fan, and I know we saw it. We play tonight. At this point, things are trending positively for y'all. Um, Especially on the recruiting trail. Honestly, man, I don't think Manny Diaz, if we talk of Miami, I don't think Manny Diaz is it. But here's where Manny Diaz can be like, see, this is okay. I'm gonna go into some shit that's gonna trigger me a little bit. I was rooting 100% for Taggart, man. I wanted Taggart to be the dude. Taggart's problem, he couldn't get out of his own way. He needed to put his hands on everything. He wanted to force the defense to run what he wanted to run. He wanted to force Kendall Briles to run and play who he wanted to play. If Taggart had just done what Dabo did, because Dabo, if you haven't heard me before, Dabo is not a great head coach. People forget that Dabo used to be a joke of a head coach. But what Dabo was smart to do is he was smart to hire the best coordinators he could hire and get the hell out their way. Let them do their job. And that's how that Clemson built this dynasty. Which is what I wanted Taggart to do. Hire the guys you want to hire. Let them do their job. I think Manny Diaz, if he's smart, because I don't think Manny Diaz is a good X's and O's. I think Manny Diaz is a really good defensive coordinator. I'm not sure he's a good head football coach. But if Diaz is smart, Lashley, get out of his way. Let him do his thing. I know the defense is kind of Manny Diaz's baby, but let the D coordinator do his thing. And just sit back. Manage personnel, manage decision making, and stuff like that. Let the coordinators do what they do. If Taggart had did that at FSU, he'd still be the coach right now, and FSU would be a better program. Taggart wanted to force a guy who's never ran a 3-4 to run a 3-4. Dude had been running high 4-3 cover 3 his whole time coaching at Michigan State. Now you bring him to Florida State and tell him, oh, you got to run a 3-4. Why didn't you just hire a 3-4 D coordinator, Willie? Like, oh man, I'm finna get off the rails right now. That's why I was not mad when Taggart got fired, because Taggart just made dumb decisions. But with that said, I think if Manny does go the Dabo route, understand your limitations as a coach. Let your coordinators do what they do. You'll be successful. How do you feel about King Ray Ray? Do you think we'll see more of the running game? We need to see more of the running game for sure. Damn, Purdy missed that pass altogether. But we definitely need to see more of the running game, dog. That was one of the things that baffled me about the Georgia Tech game. While I don't think we necessarily ran the ball well in the conventional way, when we went to Wildcat and other things, like we had success, I didn't understand why we just abandoned the run. At no time ever should James Blackman throw the ball 43 times. I had a problem with James Blackman throwing the ball 43 times. You need to limit James Blackman throwing to subtract that by 10, and I'll be okay. I'll be okay with 33. So we gotta see the running game. Don't abandon it this time. And if you can't run the ball conventionally, like if the O-line can't get a conventional push on the defensive line, Jordan Travis, read option, Corbin, Wildcat, me personally, why not have remember when the Florida State would run the Wilder and free backfield, Wilder and Devonta Freeman? I'd throw Corbin back there with Jordan Travis and give him that option to hand it off to either guy. You pull it, keep it, and even give him the throwing option to throw it to the flat. Like there's a lot of ways you can scheme around Jordan Travis. King just want to run and throw for 160 yards. But you know what, Ray Ray? If it's effective, why be mad about it? I compare D'Eriq King to a smaller version of Braxton Miller. He's a running back disguised as a quarterback. If King can do it, why not develop the offense around that? I think Miami ran for 300 yards against UAB. And guess what? I think if they're smart, they'll do the same thing against Louisville. I think if Miami's smart, I would run the ball 30 to 40 times if I'm Miami. You got a good stable of running backs. Knighton, Harris. That would be this is the same offensive coordinator. Oh, what the hell happened right there? Okay, Travis J, I see you. But you got the same offensive coordinator, who, correct me if I'm wrong, Coach Nick Marshall at Auburn. Quick question. Was Nick Marshall and Auburn known as a passing team? Oh, no, they weren't. Nick Marshall and Auburn had Trey Mason and Nick Marshall. Trey Mason was a Heisman finalist. They ran the hell out of the ball now granted, Gus Malzahn called the plays, but still, they ran the hell out of the ball with the running game and the quarterback. I would do the same thing if I'm Miami, quite frankly. I wouldn't give D'Eriq King the chance to and in the college game it can work. I wouldn't give D'Eriq King the chance to throw 3 or 4 interceptions. Man, run that thing 30 times. Oh, Terry's got another touchdown. Woo. Man, that's all you need. They said I think King is a good kid who don't get too high and too low. At this level, all you need is a quarterback who doesn't mentally break down and who is good in a specific skill. You don't necessarily need an all-world beater. I'm not saying Miami's going to win 10 games this year. But if Miami wants to be an effective offense, run, 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 RPOs. Where Miami's gonna fuck around and make a mistake, when you start dropping De'Aaron King back 30 times, expecting him to throw deep balls, beat man coverage, find the hole in the zone, that's where you're gonna mess up. If you try to go that route, you're gonna be in trouble. Just my opinion. You start trying to make King beat teams with his arm. And against a team like Clemson, he might have to. But, Clemson's a different level. Everybody else, he should be able to run all over them. Cook killed everybody. Cook killed Miami, Clemson, Florida. Dalvin Cook was one of the most underrated college running backs that nobody talks about. And the only reason they don't talk about him because he went to FSU. Come on, give me that. But we ended up dominating this game, y'all. Ray, what part of Lakeland you from? Come on, man. Where you going? Bro, I'm on Heisman. Real talk. I'll show you right now. I'm on Heisman. No cap. What was it, house rules? Look at that. Heisman across the board, dog. We're on Heisman difficulty. I didn't mess with none of the sliders. Everything is the same. I'm just the beast at this. That's why I say CJ can get that smoke anytime he wants. I knew somebody was gonna ask me. Think I be trying to play on rookie or something. We on Heisman, homie. Look at that. Look at that. So you said some real shit then, underrated, about Cook. Cook is underrated. The fact that he didn't get a Heisman invite was a robbery. Nobody talks about him. Yet look at his highlight reel. Dalvin Cook has a better highlight reel than like a Reggie Bush. And people overrate Reggie Bush. I say that all the time about Reggie Bush. I watched this guy that I watched this guy that wore number 9 at Florida State do everything that I had ever seen Reggie Bush do. There was a guy that already at Florida State had already done it. Talk about punt returns, kick returns, playing wide receiver, put him in the backfield. Yeah, that guy, number 9, P Dub, better than anything Reggie Bush was doing. But Reggie Bush played at that high profile USC. You know, Peter Ward was everything Reggie Bush was and more. And Dalvin Cook got better highlights than a Reggie Bush. And that is it. The game. We put that hurting on Texas A&M. That's some good stuff right there. Yeah, man. Everybody want them to bring back them NCAA games. Who knows? In the future, we may get one. With college kids, they're about to start getting like they can start being paid for their likeness now. Who knows, man? We may get it. We may get it. What are you doing? Where you going? And now we're going to play Vandy week 2. I think that's it for FSU After Dark, man. Thank y'all for tuning. I've been on here for about an hour or so. It's about 10:30. Actually, it's 10:40 here in Hawaii. So, how long? Yep, been on here 2 hours, actually. So, yep. Hey, man, thank y'all for tuning in to FSU After Dark. More people actually turned out than I thought, man. So I am happy about that. Try to do this, mostly on the weekends when I'm bored and I ain't got nothing to do. This is kind of the stuff that I'm gonna be doing. And look at that, we done lost a recruit to Bama. Zach has committed to Alabama. But see y'all tonight. Well, for y'all it's tonight. For me, it's gonna be tomorrow. I'm going to do a show after the Miami game. It's Saturday Night Live, baby. I do it every Saturday during the season. We'll talk about what happened in college football for that day. We definitely gonna talk about what happened with them Hurricanes. Yep, so stay tuned for Saturday night. Stay tuned for Saturday Night Live, man. But thank y'all for tuning in, man. It's your boy, Polk County Noel. As always, stay classy, Seminoles. And for you Hurricane fans, y'all stay salty. And I'm out here, man. Y'all stay good.